right, y'all, we're looking at example 8. If you're given this equation, what makes this one different than what we've been dealing with? We have this 2t on the outside, right? That's different than what we've ever done yet. We've dealt with that. That we can graph. We know the period, we know the amplitude, we know it's reflected. Uh-oh. That means it's not going to be just a straight periodic curve. It's going to look like the stock market, actually. The stock market is actually a sine curve that goes up or down as it fluctuates. So grab your calculators. Oh no, where's my calculator? Grab your calculators and let's plug in this beast. Well, it's in your packet. All right, so let's grab our calculators and plug in our equation. That's not the right example. What are you guys doing over here? All right, let's plug it in. So it's what? Everybody plug it in. Make sure that you can calculate. 2x minus 7 sine of pi over 3t. Pi.
The stock is too good to be true. Wait for that crash.
Uh-oh. All right, you don't have to, but I always like to keep that thing in parentheses so that way I don't make a mistake. So let's graph this beast. Do I need this 50 anymore? All right. Let's graph and see what it looks. You guys all in radians, right? Yes. Make sure y'all in radians. That'd be goofy, guess it. Let's graph it. I bet you our window's not set right. Ooh, I like that. Let's try that. Let's try this. Let's see how it works. So zoom. I'm going to actually do zoom fit and see how it does. Or do you know what zoom trig does? It makes it 2 pi is your window. Yeah, it does it so it's set for a trig. Is there a zoom fit? I'm going to do zoom fit. Sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't. But I'm going to try it. Let's see. I don't know if it'll work or not. That's not bad. Will it answer my question that I have for number A? It's asking when will the profits become positive? So when I look at this graph, are my profits positive or negative right here? Negative. When do they become positive? How do I get that exact value? Second, calculate. Now I'm going to do 0, right? 0 will tell me when the function's at 0. Now, could I have done intersect and set y equals 0 as a line? Yeah. But I'm going to do 0. And remember, left bound, you go to the left of it, of your 0. Right bound, you go to the right of it. Then you hit enter. Enter. I got 2.3. So what month would that be in? January would be month. February's month. So in what month will it become positive? 2.3. Guys, think about this. This is 0 to 1 would be January. 1 to 2 is 2 to 3 would be March. Does that make sense? Each gap is a time. So you could say about 2.3 months. You could say in March is when they will start to turn a profit. You could have done that without doing the absolute one, right? If you just want to give in what month will he turn a profit. Right here, this is actuarial stuff. This is a good paying job if y'all ever are looking at business math, because a lot of times you can model your profits and stuff and they want to know when am I going to turn a profit. You'd use marginal cost and basic calculus to do it in real life, but there is a way, like this is a high paying job. It's called risk analysis. Where's my eraser? All right. Are we good on part A? I didn't write the answer. You guys kind of have to, but that's when we turn a profit. B says, when will we make 28.26? 20 or ask when's her greatest profit for the year. So I'm going to go through to my table set. How many months are in a year? Yeah, I think 12 is a good way to let's change our X max to 12. And let's change our Y max to what? I don't know. It's going to keep going up. I like 50. I would do 50 actually. If it's too small or too big, you could, but your min being, let's see if we got it. I like it. 50 looks like it's going to work just fine. So this is 1 year of time from January to the end of December, right? So what am I looking for? The highest profit, which is, do you see how this is more real life graphs now? It's actually not just a periodic. If you go on through calculus too, you'd find what this line is, and then you'd find out like, this is how, oh man, I wish we could learn stocks. Have you ever seen there's like green bars, red bars? This is exactly what stocks look like. Some, depending on the time. All right, so I'm looking for this point right here, right? How do I find maxes on my calculator? Second, calculate. Please do not use trace. We want. And then I pick left bound, I go right to the left of my max, right? Oh, it's lagging. Oh my gosh. There we go. So I go to the left of it, I hit enter, I go to the right of it, and hit enter. Any questions while I'm doing here? You guys remember doing this? This is a nice review of stuff we did in Unit 1 as well. I got a max of 10.76, 28.26. Right? Good, that's what I got. So what's that mean? What month is that in? That's in November. So if I wanted to answer that question, I'd say in November. You can go through and label them if y'all need to. Cheryl will have a profit. Will have a max profit of how much? 28,026. The question was in P was in hundreds of dollars. So $2,800 is 2,000. Now, could I have put 28.26 hundreds of dollars? You could, same thing. I mean, you look like a crazy person, but I mean, you're all in AP Pre-Calc, so I think that's assumed. Even you out there, if you're watching this, you're probably, yeah. Why else would you? All right. All right, we good on that? Good enough. This is going to be a terrible video because they can't see the problems or anything. This is only for people in this class, pretty much. You guys can review it. Honestly, this would be a nice video to earmark. Bookmark. Earmark is a term, actually. Earmark video. Or a song. You earmark a song. A podcast is an earmark. Because you're... Anyway. To go back and remind yourself how to use the calculator. Does that make sense? I should put that in the description. Calculator 1. All right, take a look at number 9. Number 9, we have a chart, and we're going to need to come up with a regression formula. Have you noticed we've done this for every unit? The good news is it's done the exact same way every time, right? So if you didn't get the first time, we can get it this time. So what do we need to do? Grab it. Now, what are we plugging in for X? Am I going to plug in those numbers? What's it tell me? 1 to 10, right? That's going to be my X. That's going to be my Y. So let's grab our calculators. Good thing I got this Wabbit working, or else it'd be wild. I'm going to clear this beast. Do you guys remember, where do I enter the stuff in at? Stat. Edit. Remember to clear your list before you get going, but list one's going to be what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why did you quit working? 4, 5, 6, 7. We go on that L1. Well, you guys use your sheet to do this. I gotta use mine too. This is exciting stuff, guys. Can you imagine someone watching this for fun?
I don't think that's great.
There are videos of paint drying on the internet. We'll see if like my phone is listening to me if I open up something and it'll be. Let me know when you get it plugged in. Just put your calculator down for me, and then I know. Once you get it plugged in. Remember, we can do this for any sort of, we can do it for exponential, for linear, for logarithmic, sinusoidal, cosine. Cosine is just sine, just different. I think, well, let's see our calculator menu. I'm pretty sure it's just, there's just a sine regression. Yeah. Yeah, because cosine, it would be a redundancy. I like using big words sometimes. All right, remember, hit stat, calc. Which reg do you think we're doing? Oh yeah, don't forget we've done quadratic too, right? Which number is that? Oh man. Sin. Dude, I'm teaching like trig right now and geometry. It's like, it's sin of the angle. I'm like, no, stop it. All right, I have an X list and Y list. All right. Ta-da! It's done. It's for free. I had to pay $0. If I knew the period, I could plug it in. So what's my final equation then? It would be Y. Why am I putting a hat on that? Because what's that hat mean? It's a predicted value. That's important on this because it's going to come up every unit. Why is someone laughing? Oh. Remember, Y hat equals, what's my A? 2.47 sine of 0.956, right? Let's X plus, oh yeah, let's do minus, I agree. Minus 1.456 plus 6. Let's change that. Don't need that bad magumbo. Did I get the same answer? I did. All right. Will everyone have the exact same answer, actually? No, but will they all be relatively close? Did I plug something wrong? I got a much different answer than this book.
I got the same thing you got. Maybe your book's wrong.
No, I stand by that. All right, whatever. All right. Good. Let's see if I remember how to do something. Now, how are we going to answer? That's how we got our equation. How are we going to answer the max and min? We do, but watch. Uh-oh. I should have done this ahead of time. Oh, man. Remind me to look this up and remind you guys, there's a way to take that equation we just found in our calculator and automatically plug it in. Yes, there's a way to copy and paste it. We did in stats, and I'm blanking out how to do it right now. Oh, well, let's just plug it in. Yeah, Control C, guys. You're so helpful. You're all so helpful.
We try our best.
Yes, you do. You do exist. I'm just gonna. Oopsie. Why is this leg? Well, if someone figures out, never mind. Nothing. 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 No, it doesn't work though. All right, let's graph it. Mama, me and my window does kind of work that I have, doesn't it? That's a good window. If you can I get all my stuff from this? I can. So do I need? If you want to change your window, you can. But I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna do second calculate. Stop using trace. Second calculate max, right? And I'm gonna do a left. Well, actually, you know what? Actually, you could. I'm gonna hit enter. This is different than I got in the answer. I wonder if it's right. I got 9.125 as a max. .7, but their equation's different. I think this is right. Because we all got it. Now, what's that mean? What's the max number of storms?
9.
I would actually go with 10. The max you could have would be 10. Based on no. Based on the model.
It doesn't ask for it.
You don't have to deal with outliers. This isn't stats anymore. What do you guys get for the min? 4?
Yeah, 4.1. Yeah.
4.18? All right. That's my minimum maximum stores that I can predict. In what decade would be the next max? Now think about this though. Where does my max occur? There and there. These have already happened. It's saying the next max. So what am I going to have to do with my window? Yeah, let's make it. Right now I have 0 to 12. Let's do 0 to 20. No, 0 to 20 will get us there, right? Because this is 1 year. That's because it'll happen earlier in the next one. So what's this max over here? What's this max? Second, calculate. I'm going to cheat. Well, no. Why can I trace on this? It wants to know the decade, right? So do I need an absolute exact value? No, I don't need an absolute value. I just need one set really close to 9 point. Like that's really close to that, right? So I got 16.38. You know what I mean? I don't need to be exact. It's asking what decade. That's fine. This will give it to me. What decade would 16 be? Let's see. Do you agree this was 10? So it would be what? 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. It happened in this one, right? So if you need to do that to think about it, it would be what? 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60, 60 to 70. So it'd be? It would be the decade from 2071 to 2080, right?
Alright, so we're doing like my lifetime. I'll figure it out.
I'll figure it out when it comes to it.
That's like I'm not even going
All right, let's do this. We got time. We're going to do example 10. We're going to cheat, though. We got time. Shh, shh, shh. It's fine. All right. Go ahead and take your time and start graphing example 10. You're just graphing the points. They give you the points. Yes, January is 0. No, January's 1, it tells me. Yeah, come on. Don't trick me. Don't write the red stuff. Don't write the red stuff yet. You guys don't know how to do that yet. Throw it up, I'll catch it.
Yo! What? Go on.
This is
one of the best videos. Yeah, especially when you watch in the back and all of a sudden there's an earthquake.
That was unintended. I didn't do it.
I'm so dry.
Nature to kids.
You have to add like those times. It just abruptly ends. Wait, July is okay.
We'll go quick once you guys have it graphed. This is exciting video stuff. I should just cut this whole part out. I should pause it.
You should title this video or something.
I should have a cut right here. I'm going forward. You guys can graph. All right. So again, don't draw this red line yet. We're going to come to it when we do the second half. What? Does this make sense? What do you guys think? Is it good to use a periodic function for temperature? Yeah. Temperatures are cyclic. I just saw a neat graph of the ice in Michigan. They've been charting the ice in Michigan since '73, and they just overlap the graphs, and they all look like this. Except for this year. Do you know what this year's looks like? The lowest of all time. Lake Erie had ice for 3 days this year. They've never seen that ever. So there's not even one of our more milder years was like that. I mean, legitimately, it is a flat line. That's never been seen in 50 years of data. Never happened. Yeah, easily. To think about this, we're gonna break a record high today when we reach in the 40s in the afternoon. It's possible to reach a record high today in the 40s because it's February. And it was 73 2 days ago.
It's snowing yesterday.
I'm happy I live in Michigan. That's what I'm saying. Michigan actually weather is going to get nicer as time progresses. All right, so it's going to be cyclic. They usually use periodic. I'm just going to give this to you. We're going to go over this one relatively quick because it's nothing too new. You guys have already proven you're good at coming up with the equation. We're going to come up with the equation not with our calculator. Now, if this is on the calculator port, oh wait, no, it says to use a calculator. Now, if I have a table, could I plug this in my calculator and get the equation? Could I also do it without a calculator and find my A, D, and B? Because watch. Again, I'm doing this really quick because it's review. We know how to find amplitude, right? High minus low divided by 2. D is my midline. High plus low divided by 2. Right? Max plus min divided by 2. Max minus min divided by 2. 2 pi over B is 12 because it's 12 month. And B is pi over 6. And that would be my equation. Like we're pretty good at this, right? I think you guys have been doing a really nice job with this. I would agree. I would agree with that. I think we could take on most schools in a math battle for graphing. I'll call Bad X up right now. I guarantee we'll wipe the floor with them.
Well, I know some kids are Bad X.
They don't even have AP. They have average person's pre-calc. All right.
It's crazy.
All right. Don't show this video to anyone. All right. All right. We good on that? Now, if you plug it in your calculator, which again, we know how to do now, we get this equation. Now, what I want you to notice is this. Honestly, these equations are different, right? Why?
There's a period around. There's no shift.
Where's this one? This one has our shift in it, right? This one doesn't have the shift in it. But look at this. Is our midline the same almost? Almost. Our amplitude is very similar, right? Pi over 6 is about 0.5 something. Very similar, right? They're very similar. Now, hear me out. Which one of these do you think is actually quicker? This is actually quicker, right? Because it takes forever to plug in stuff. But now pay attention. How do you know which one to use? What'd this say? Estimate that stuff, right? What's this one say? Regression equation. Know the difference. Regression, you have to plug it in and find it. To model it, you don't. Okay? Now, what's this mean? Oh yeah, I cannot post this one. What are my points of inflection? So let's scroll up here. What was our D when we did the equation out? 69.6. I'm going to use mine, I did. Or no, they did 69.6. So let's use that. That was the midline according to my regression line, correct? So that means, what are my points of inflection? It's whenever I cross the midline. So what you'd have to do on your calculator is you would graph your regression line and you'd graph y equals 69.6 and find the intersections. What does the point of inflection mean in this problem? It's when you go from below average temp to above at like the midline. That's when you're it will be the average. Yes, but that's when you're going to be. Let's use it in terms of concavity. What's happening from here to here to my rate of change? What's my rate of change doing? Decreasing, because we are concave down. And here to here, our rate of change is increasing. Our concavity is changing. So in mathematical context, remember what concavity means. Down means we're decreasing, up means we're increasing, the slope. Okay. Okay. So that'd be, so if I got this answer, what month does it change? March? Because this time one was January in this one. So it's different. January, February. They told us. Oh, no, that's just how we did it. We could have done January at 0. But this graph, we didn't. In March, the rate of change starts decreasing. Isn't that wild to think about, actually? You'd think it's the opposite, but it's not temperature, it's the rate of change of the temperature. So what happens to my rate of change of temperature in this month? Becomes increase. Isn't it that counterintuitive? That's November. Oh, I'm sorry. Octubre. Okay. What's my max? I'm sorry I'm doing this on the graph. You have to kind of... You would do it on with your regression formula, right? You're going to do it with your regression formula, do second calculate max, and you would actually get, you are going to get 7. You should get about 7.0 or 7.01, some 6.99, 88.97. And what that tells me is in July, we max out at 88. Do you know what's wild about that? I want you to think about this. In the middle of Georgia, in July, the average temperature is almost the exact same. Not us. We're by the lake. Our temperature doesn't care. We're like 10 degrees different in July. But if you go in like the middle of Michigan, the average high is 85 to 88. So Georgia and us have the same summer temperature because the ocean is by Georgia. We have higher highs than Florida in the summer because they have the ocean at 78 degrees and we don't have the ocean. The min is in January and it's 50.23. Our min is like not to that. The average high in January is in the 20s. Yay! That was too much.